is the kind of tackling they want to see all game, as he'll lose yardage to start things out. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on first down. So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the first down run goes backwards. On 2nd down, Jacobs. Just a yard there, so it brings up a tough 3rd and 12.
That play reminded me a lot of a former teammate of mine. We used to call him the trash man. His ability to sift through traffic and make plays was uncanny.
And that's exactly what you want from your Mike linebacker. Throwing on 3rd down, Luck. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Khalil Mack, make that now 8 sacks for him on the season.
It always helps for a visiting team to come in and set the tone on defense. In fact, when we talked with them prior to the game, they said they wanted this home crowd to feel like they had to hide their valuables when they were in town.
Well, the home crowd quiet now early. See if their offense can take over and get some points on the board. That'll be a 43-yard punt, but a net of just 33 following a 10-yard return. And the Bears take over. They've got good starting field position as they come up here 1st and 10, just shy of midfield at the 49.
Alert! Lock in.
From the shotgun is Trubisky. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Sacked there by Nick Perry, the outside linebacker.
And so much for that great field position to start the game. Now they're way behind the sticks. Can't wait to see what their 2nd down call is going to look like now.
Now then, after the sack, it'll be interesting to see what they have planned for 2nd and 23. They'll run with a 3rd-year man. This is Tariq Cohen. He'll be dropped shy of the 40 despite an excellent display of footwork. The Raiders call on a nickel set here for 3rd down.
Well, so many times we look at a short run and we praise the offense for trying to set the tempo and establish things, but the defensive guys, hey, they just won the battle there. It wasn't a big run given up. They don't always have to absorb the body blows. Sometimes they dish them out themselves.
Now Trubisky on 3rd and long. And Robinson with a big catch. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. Call that a very strong gain of 24. Now it's Trubisky. Gonna let one fly for Robinson. Got a man, it's caught inside the 10. And they will eventually get him down, but he's inside the 5 all the way to the 3. It's a gain of 35. 2 big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal. And he pushes forward, but comes up short of the goal line as he'll get a yard down to about the 1.
That run didn't get very far, and I think when you're looking at his dimensions, he's a little bit on the smaller side. He's counting on the big guys up front to escort him in, and they couldn't create any kind of space for him, could they?
Yeah, didn't get the push they needed. 2nd and goal from the 1. They'll run forward Tariq Cohen, and he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Chicago. Tariq Cohen, his first touchdown of the year, as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. A good hold in these wet conditions. The point after is up and good, and it's now a 7-0 game. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And the first drive, 3 and out. Second possession, see if they can get a little momentum.
And oftentimes that first drive is just a feeling out process. You have some plays that you've got called and you want to see how the defense reacts. It may not go terrific on the first one. Now they're ready to go. They've kind of got a look at them, got a sense. Let's see if they open things up a little bit.
See if they open things up. Let's see what the defense does here, too, after a good stop. The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26. They run it with Jacobs. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. No gain on that one as it brings up a 3rd and 10. And he got off the end there very quickly to make that play.
Yeah, it was almost like the bullet train, wasn't it? I mean, just zoom. Quick, quick, quick. And what a terrific play, holding them to no gain.
The threat of a second straight punt to start the game is looming as they come up 3rd and 10. Back to throw, Love. And his throw intercepted by the all-pro corner Kyle Fuller. And they'll start out with great field position at the 47-yard line in enemy territory.
The Bears take over 1st and 10 at the 47-yard line.
After the interception, here's Trubisky. He sets to fire deep. Touchdown, Chicago! Cordero Patterson, his 6th touchdown of the season as the Bears push further out in front. And correct me if I'm wrong, that was just a simple fly route, wasn't it?
No, there's nothing to correct at all. You've got it down pat. And I just remember as a player, when I'd be in practice sessions and I'd hear 9 from the receivers, that meant fly route, go, look out. That was the 9, and he just kept going all the way into the end zone for the touchdown.
Let's go. 25-yard line.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points get that 0 off the board. Another throw on 2nd down, and this one incomplete as well. Tyrell Williams was the intended target. 3rd down here.
Yards to go.
Check out. Right, 622. 11B. 51, Mike 51. Right.
Hey, team 6. Team 6.
Check out.
From the gun, here's Love. Looks to throw, fires right side. And that's going to be incomplete. The coverage too good there. The contact popped the ball free, and it's 4th down. 46 on his first kick. This one in that neighborhood as well. This is fielded at the 27. Update now from a game going on in Pittsburgh. And it's the Ravens that have moved out to an early advantage. Remember to keep an eye on the ticker, of course, at the bottom of your screen for updates on that game and others around the NFL. They'll start things on first with Torrey Cohen. And he went nowhere. Well, he went backwards, back to the 33. A loss of 2 there, 2nd down. Good opening quarter for him. Remember, he had the sack earlier. Now a tackle for loss, another tackle for loss.
He's really making it tough on the play caller, though, isn't he? Because it's one thing to try and adjust when a guy is disrupting your running game. But when he's messing up your passing game as well, they may have to devote at least a second guy to him to try and keep him away from their plays.
And he's going to be brought down by the face mask. Here come the flags. This is going to get him a 1st down. And now it's 1st and 10. A big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage. From the gun, it's Trubisky. Going to let one fly for Robinson. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked there by Nick Nelson. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. It had been a near-perfect beginning to this football game. Already a double-digit lead first quarter, but their first misstep.
And you know how it is, partner. Sometimes when everything's going right, you start to feel like you can do just about anything you want on the field. This one didn't work out. If I were him, I'd go to my defensive captain and say, pick me up, my man. Help me out.
On 1st down, they go with Jacobs again. And he'll wind up with about 6, up past the 30 to the 31. He was well over 100 yards last week. He told us this week, a little ambitious, said he wants to hit that 200 mark. We'll see.
Makes sense, though, doesn't it? Have we ever run into a running back that had a great game the week before that didn't think that's just going to naturally continue? Just make sure you feed me the football. And that's what they're all about. Continuity, rhythm, number of carries. Just keep giving it to them.
14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports. Here's Jacobs on 1st and 10. Eddie Jackson with a tackle.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
Escaping the pressure right. They'll wind up with positive yardage. It's a gain of 3, but now it's 3rd down.
They brought the blitz that time, and I thought they were going to get to him, but instead, he flipped it on its ear and ended up picking up positive yardage.
I thought he was dead to rights, but you are exactly correct, sir. Able to turn that into a positive gain.
Hey, Charlie.
Mike 57. Come on.
Lock on 3rd down. The open man here, Renfro. And this effort won't be enough as they rally up to stop him a couple of yards short. Good defense holds him to only a yard, and it'll be 4th down. They go with Jacobs, and nowhere to go. He's going to be stopped behind the line. He needed a couple, but he didn't even get back to the line of scrimmage. And the Bears will get the football back.
Ringo. At 25.
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. Flushed out right. And he'll complete this one to Patterson. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. That goes for a gain of 31. So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. 1st down, a run with Cohen. And to the 36-yard line, taken down there after getting 8 yards.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice, solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
On 2nd down, it's Cohen. And they're able to get this one past the 30 down to the 25. A gain there of 12 yards and a 1st down for the Bears. On 1st down, Trubisky looking for the end zone. And that is caught. Touchdown, Bears. Taylor Gabriel, his 4th touchdown on the year as the Bears push further out in front. Extra point good by Catanzaro, and that makes the score 21-0. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This one taken from the 7. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line.
At their own 26-yard line.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And some dangerous territory. You're already down 3 scores. A 3-and-out here, or an inability to put any points up. This one might be over by half.
Yeah, and what you also have to guard against is calling every play for a big shot downfield. You know, thinking you're going to get all these points back on one drive. You're not. And last time I looked, it's still the first half. I'm not saying you have ultimate patience here, but you also don't have to go ahead and force everything either.
They will run the draw with Jacobs. And he'll be brought down. Oh, that's a face mask. Certainly looked like it. Indeed, here come the flags. After the penalty, a fresh set of downs. It's 1st and 10. A shotgun snap for Locke. Stepping, now a hit, and Locke lost the football. It's out, and this is picked up by the Bears. And a return across midfield and to the 46-yard line. And maybe that one caused by the weather. Of course, the rain coming down. Charles, can you maybe, when you're carrying that football, grip it too tight in the rain?
I think that you can, and it's such a delicate balance, too, because when you grip it so tight, sometimes it'll slip out from your body. You squeeze it too hard, and it'll pop out on its...
And this is going to be intercepted. Picked up by Carl Joseph. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
And Brandon, the passing game for both of these teams is going to be affected as the game goes along. It's not looking like the rain's going to let up anytime soon, so that might mean a few more wobbly passes and wide receiver slips. And this one winds up getting intercepted.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And we don't want to call this desperation time, especially in the second quarter, but you're down. Let me finish.
Okay, my bad.
You're down 3 scores already. You've done nothing offensively, nothing on the scoreboard. That's not a good combination.
I think you just called it desperation time. I think you did. But let's face it, you mentioned this to me in a break earlier in the game. The energy level hasn't been there right from the start. We've noticed that. They've got to find a way to get on their toes and start punching instead of retreating, to use a boxing analogy.
And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. Solid gain of 18 and a Raider first down. Consecutive plays now where that offensive line has really created a lot of space.
And we've seen the confidence rise, haven't we? It borders on arrogance now, and that's that good arrogance, believing you can run the football whenever you get good and ready.
The completion good for 3 and it's second down.
An ex-teammate used to tell me all the time, I hate experienced quarterbacks because no matter what, you really can't hide what you're doing. And I think that right there, he knew right away where the blitz was coming from, where his primary guy was going to be, and he ended up going to a secondary target for a nice game.
I was just going to ask you, that wasn't the primary target. He's so good at that, isn't he?
I think he knew right away that he wasn't going to get to his primary guy. I think he read that as soon as he got to the line of scrimmage, knew where the pressure was going to come from, and said, I know how to beat that. And that's what he did.
From the gun on third down, Locke. He wants it all for the end zone. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up fourth down.
This defense is not going to make it easy for you. They're a physical group, and we just saw it there on that play. It came in, made the contact, just as he's trying to haul it in.
And that's the risk of the long field goal miss here at this stage of the second quarter. You give up great field position.
And that gives them one more opportunity to make something happen and something big. And we've seen crazy stuff happen at the end of halves.
They'll run on first down. It's Cohen. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or two shy of the 30. A good pickup, 17 yards and a Bear first down. They go play action. Trubisky. And an incomplete pass. That'll stop the clock here with just under a minute to play in half number 1. Good coverage there by Trayvon Mullen. Here's second and 10 now from about the 32. Now flags will come in. I think this one's going to be on the defense for jumping. A free 5 yards as the defense jumps.
I know it's an anticipation game for them, but it's also a reaction game, and they reacted poorly on that one.
So the penalty certainly helps them out as they come up on second and 5. Now Trubisky to throw. The screen pass here to Cohen. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. Now the Bears going to call the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in half number 1. Now Trubisky on first down. And he's got his man. That's Robinson. Touchdown Bears. 3 touchdown passes now for Mitchell Trubisky as the Bears push further out in front.
I heard a coach talk about those late-in-the-half scores, especially ones that give your team a pretty decent cushion. He said those could be the ones that could finish off a squad if you let them.
Yeah, they've got the cushion. This half has been theirs. This will be fielded at the 6. And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line.
First and 10 at their own 26-yard line.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started. Typically down in the first half, I might say, oh, you at least need a field goal out of this drive, but they're down to the point where they need a touchdown, don't they?
Yeah, and normally, you know me. You've been around me for a while now, right?
Unfortunately.
I'm sorry about that. But normally, I'm the one preaching patience.
Yeah.
You know, take your time. First half, you still got a chance. I think they're out of patience here. This has to be a drive that gets a touchdown. So if you're the play caller, you're going to that portion of the sheet that says big-time plays, specials, anything you can use to get yourself back into it.
Now the Raiders going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts as they get it right at the 30-second mark of this first half.
Here we go. 12.
50 seconds to Mike. 50 seconds.
Out of the gun, Luck. It's caught, Jones. 5 yards on the play there as the drive will continue. Now the Raiders going to burn their third and final timeout as they stop it with 16 seconds to go in half number one. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
Stop, let's go. Hey, alert 3.
11.
Here's Luck. He's airing it out for Williams. It's caught inside the 25. And he takes this thing way down into Chicago territory. A lot of attention paid this week in practice to red zone offense. The coach was optimistic about how it went. We'll see. So we've come to halftime after a very one-sided beginning to this one. As it's time now to send you back stateside to Orlando, Florida, and check in with Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And that first half, one to forget really on both sides of the ball. They got to find some way to string something together here, don't they?
Yeah, they're down big right now. So as you mentioned, trying to find something to string together, get some consistency, something sustained, maybe calm their whole team down and find a way to get back in this one.
Yeah, because right now you're down big, you're being shut out. Let's see if this is the drive that kind of kickstarts them. He's got the first down and more inside the 40. And all the way in. Touchdown, Oakland. Josh Jacobs, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Raiders get a score closer. Extra point by Marr, up and good. And it's now a 28-7 ball game. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This one fielded at the 5. I know it's an emotional game, Charles. You can't do that.
And when you get into your film sessions and you argue your case with your coaches, that's exactly what they say at the end. You just can't do it. It costs your team.
Check 55 for Mike. Let's pick it up. It's out of time, guys. Out of time. Let's get it.
On 1st and 10, it's Trubisky. He's got Burton here. A very solid gain of 27. Well, that tight end position, it just seems to continue to evolve every year in the NFL.
Yeah, you're getting really terrific athletes. A lot of them maybe were wide receivers at one point. They continue to give you speed, great hands, and big bodies, which make them excellent targets for quarterbacks.
Now a nice play defensively on 1st down as this is knocked away and incomplete. They'll run on 2nd down with Cohen. And from the 9, they get this to the 5-yard line.
3rd quarter and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
Well, they've been so good on 3rd down all day long. Can they convert another here? And he's got his man. That's Robinson. Touchdown, Bears. Allen Robinson with his second TD of the game, his 6th on the year, as the Bears push further out in front. Extra point up and good by Catanzaro. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. I guess they have to feel a little gratified to at least get on the board last time, but still work to do.
No doubt about it. I wonder now if they're going to try to increase the urgency a little bit, maybe pump up the pace, maybe go 2-minute. Who knows? Let's see what they decide to do.
That'll set them back with a loss of 3 on the play, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 13. Here's Love. He's airing it out for Williams. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. It was the veteran Prince Amukamara that time who had the play covered from the start. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Got a man, it's complete. Williams. The pickup goes for 16 and a Raider 1st down. Like Antonio Brown, Tyrell Williams came to the Raiders in March. Came up the coast from L.A., where he caught 41 balls last year with the Chargers. His best year was 2016 when the Chargers were still in San Diego. Over 1,000 yards, 7 touchdowns, and the Raiders really have high hopes for this 27-year-old receiver.
It's a pickup of 3. Brings up 2nd and 7.
They'll stay on the ground with Jacobs. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. The run defense, they have been porous at times today, but not that last go-around.
No, they really tightened it up, didn't they? They finally got themselves a win because all game long we've seen them get gashed. This time they played the responsibilities, played their keys, and made a nice stop.
Now a 3rd down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete.
This defense is continuing to contest every deep ball that is thrown downfield. And, look, it doesn't matter whether you're playing man or zone. Eventually that becomes man-on-man, and you've got to trust yourself and go up at that moment of truth and make a play on the football.
Mike 51.
Hey, check.
Watch the edge.
They are going for it. It's Locke. He's going to rifle one deep, and that is intercepted by the all-pro safety, Eddie Jackson. And his guys will take over at the 30-yard line. On 4th down, that turned out like a punt. Maybe he was better defensively there just to knock it down.
And you know they go over those situations. All right, 4th down, where's the ball? Where would we get the ball? But instinct takes over, and when it's in the air, they just go and get it. So it's hard to get on him for intercepting it, but the smart play would have been what you suggested. Knock it down and take over in a deper position.
Cordero Patterson, the one he was hoping to get it to. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10.
Here I come again.
Here's Trubisky. He finds Robinson. And he's out of bounds. Almost gets to the 10. A good pickup there of 20 yards.
Motion. Reset. Hey, watch that. Check.
Alert.
54.
Looking to throw Trubisky on 1st down. Looking sideline, incomplete. Allen Robinson, the intended receiver. But it's going to be 2nd down. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10.
Slam.
Trubisky gives to Cohen. And he's brought down. It's a good gain of 11. Sets him up 1st and goal.
Now, this is an example of breaking down a defense because on a lot of these runs, he's getting past the point of attack, and guess what he's doing? Forcing the secondary guys to have to make a lot of tackles.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here. And that'll make it 2nd and goal.
At the 3-yard line.
Check it back.
Lock in.
And before this 2nd down play, we'll get a whistle, a signal, and a timeout. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this 3rd quarter.
Mike 54. You must be dreaming.
on second down now. It's Cohen, and the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. They'll wind up losing 3, and now it's third down.
Brandon, at some point, these defenders absolutely have to say, we've just got to make a stand. We've had enough of this.
Giving up a lot of points in this game, but look better on that play. And to the tight end here, Safarian Jenkins. And they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 9. A 3-yard loss. Fourth down now.
Well, I know it goes against the instincts of the person catching the ball because all you're ever taught is catch the football, don't drop it.
But drop it there.
Yeah, in that situation, dropping it would have been better. End up losing yardage, even though they completed the pass.
As good as a sack.
Yeah, how about that? Although they won't get the same credit for it, and it won't help them.
And that's caught for a Bear touchdown. It's the tight end, Trey Burton. Trey Burton, his second touchdown on the season as his guys continue to pour it on. Extra point good by Catanzaro, and the lead will swell by 1 more. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. They have been struggling. I would imagine at halftime they went through some possible changes. Well, those changes aren't working, so now where do you go?
I think that now it's much more in their head. And what I mean by that is just what you said. You've gone over the changes. I bet they were pretty clinical at the half, not too emotional. They might need to go to the emotional side because you've got to find something, some spark somewhere. And so far, just being calm hasn't exactly worked.
They need any spark at this point. Once again, it's Jacobs. And they're able to get this one across the 35. A pickup of 10, and it's enough for an Oakland first down. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Jacobs now. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on 1st down. On 2nd and 11 now. Luck, flush to his right. And that would not to be. It's incomplete. So they couldn't hook up as time is now run out on this third quarter play. Welcome back now here in London. And this is a blowout so far as we get set for the fourth quarter. A very one-sided affair. Throwing on 3rd down. Luck. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. The sack there by Roquan Smith.
We've been around this league for a while, and many coaches never pull their starting quarterback, almost no matter the situation. In this case, though, I think he's got to make a decision. He's taking a pretty good beating out there.
Yeah, with the deficit, maybe not wanting to risk an injury. Here we go on 4th. Luck. He's airing it out for Williams. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. The Raiders try it on 4th down, but to no avail. And the Bears are going to get the football back, and they're going to get it in great field position. On 1st down, Cohen. And he's got about 5 yards as he's taken down right at the 25.
Bottom line, they want to keep this clock rolling, so they'll take that one right there. They just want to keep falling forward, and they want to put the onus on the big fellas up front in order to bring this one home.
And he's going to be taken down here. A sack back at the 32. Maurice Hurst breaking through to get him to the ground. It's a loss of 7. After that sack we just saw, Trubisky and the Bears deal with a 3rd and long.
Hey, Orbit.
On 3rd down, Trubisky. And he completes it to Cohen. Touchdown, Chicago! Tariq Cohen. He scored on the ground and through the air as his guys continue to put this one out of reach. Extra point up and good by Catanzaro. And that will extend this big lead. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This will be fielded at the 6. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line.
At their own 23-yard line.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And last time out, went for it on 4th down, turned it over, gave him great field position, turned into 6 points, so they've got to recover here, Charles.
It's amazing what one decision can do in the chain of events, right? The decision to go for it on 4th down.
Caused all of that.
It caused every bit of it, but it showed confidence. Hey, I've got confidence in you guys. Go pick it up for them. Didn't happen. Also showed confidence in the defense. They didn't pick up their end of the bargain, so now they've got to come back out and start over and rebuild that confidence.
And tackled down after a gain of 3. Leaves him with 1 yard to go on 3rd down. That's some good tackling there to keep him short of that yellow line.
Yeah, defensively, all I'm thinking is that on that play, get me to 3rd down. Get me into a position where I can make one more play and get my defense off the field.
Check 43. Check 3. Tight dog. Check safety, check.
Trying to run for it with Jacobs. Well, they hit him in the backfield, and he will not escape. And that is not going to get it done. That'll make it 4th down after a loss of 1.
Let's get it.
A critical one here if they're going to have any shot at this thing. So they'll go for it on 4th down. They snap it to Locke. Jones has it. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. 14 yards is the pickup there at a Raider first. Luck now, a perfect 8 for 8 to start the second half. Not bad. 1st and 10. Here's Jacobs. And he got blown up. Losing yardage on the play back at the 44. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down. They'll keep it on the ground. Jacobs. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. No gain that time, and it leaves them with 3rd and 11 coming up. The Raiders on 3rd down. Just a 20% success rate at 2 of 10. This is 3rd and 11. Locke. And that will be incomplete. Just nothing there again. He's been sacked multiple times. We've seen the interceptions, of course. He's really been through the ringer, hasn't he?
And what we've seen is a defense is well coordinated. The front and the back really in sync. The front putting on the pressure, the backside being ball hawks and picking passes off.
Now they go for it on 4th, but this one is going to wind up incomplete. The Raiders try it on 4th down, but to no avail. And the Bears are going to get the football back, and they're going to get it in great field position.
At 25 to Mike.
They'll throw on 1st down with Trubisky. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Nick Perry picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
Well, so much for setting the tone of the drive offensively. Giving up a big sack that loses that kind of yardage, not a great start.
After the sack on 1st down, Trubisky. That is caught by Cohen. It'll be a gain of 9, and they're going to face an uphill battle here on 3rd and long. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So the Bears with the football here as we welcome you back. They've got a 3rd down now as they look for one more 1st down to help salt this one away. Now it's Trubisky. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. And quickly we're going to get another stop here with 1:54 left as they call the timeout defensively. And just a single punt for him in the loss last week as he sends this one away. Oh, nice move. Call that a 46-yard punt with a net of 40 on the 6-yard return. And the Raiders will take over now 1st and 10. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. They've lost this one. Their offense has struggled. Do they try to put together something here at the end just to take into next week?
Yes.
And Luck will be intercepted for a third time. Picked off at the 22. And he will score. Touchdown, Chicago. That's the story of the game. They've been suffocating all game long on defense. They were suffocating there again in a big way.
And they've done it not just by out-athleting them, which is often the case, but by being able to adjust to anything they tried to throw at them and beating them to the punch each and every time. This was a defense that was well prepared.
This will be fielded at the 8. And a good effort on the return there. Gets them across the 30 to the 33-yard line. On the NFL scoreboard there in the fourth quarter in Philadelphia. Now, you saw the score at the bottom of your screen a moment ago. We got a good one going on there. And if they could hold on to that lead, it would be win number 4 on the season for them. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. They are just obviously getting shellacked here in this one, Charles. What's the message if you're a coach for this final drive in a lopsided game like this?
For a lot of coaches,
be honest,
don't forget today. Don't forget what has happened out here.
Yeah, use that as ammo
exactly.
going forward.
Take a great look at that scoreboard. Realize how poorly everything went for us today. Coaching, playing, the whole deal. And never forget it, because
you're not going to want that feeling.
No, you don't want that feeling again. And who knows? You may meet up with this team again.
Brings up second and 11 at the 47-yard line.
Check out. 622. Here I come. Hey, check.
On second down, it's Jacobs. And I think he's going to go. They're not going to get him. And he cuts it back right, and he's across for the touchdown. Too little, too late. But he does get in for 6.
No wonder you're grinning. You just beat me in our fantasy league.
Indeed I did, my good man. And it's no good. No, he misses the extra point, and our score stays right where it is. So it would no doubt be a miracle comeback from here, but let's see what they can do starting with the onside kick. And the Bears hands team able to pounce on it and get the football. Now they're down big here in the fourth. They had to try the onside kick. Can't fault them for the effort at least.
No, you can't at all. And if nothing else, now you've put something that you're trying to practice, right, that you've worked on into a game situation, and now you can go back and dissect it. So if you need it again sometime, maybe you'll find a better way to do it. But, yeah, this game's pretty much done for them.
Now the Bears going to use the second of their timeouts. That'll leave them with just one remaining in this fourth quarter of play.
First and 10 at the 29-yard line.
Hey, alert.
Check 26.
Lock in.
Looky here, Trubisky wants to throw it. This one into the hands of Burton. And he's brought down, but not before he reaches the 8-yard line. The end result, 21 yards. From the shotgun is Trubisky.
Partner, it's a lot of fun watching the NFL now, isn't it? Because when the big fella runs routes, it used to be when we were kids, he'd run about 3 different routes, and that was it. Now he can run anything and catch the balls we just saw there.
Nothing on first down, so the ball remains at the 8-yard line, second and goal.
Hey, one set. Check Mike 54.
Trubisky to throw again. And he's going to be intercepted a third time. Picked off by Carl Joseph. And they'll have the football, but deep in their own territory as he's brought down at the 5. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. Let's just be frank. They're playing for pride at this point.
That's all that's left, because victory, not a chance now. And I can't wait to see how they actually go about doing it, because there are a lot of people watching the body language of the guys on the field now, and if they call plays they want executed, they need to do that and do it really well. Otherwise, there could be repercussions.
We'll see how they handle the waning moments of this one. Now a carry for Jacobs, and maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line.
Taken down at the 18-yard
Throwing on 2nd and 14. Luck. He's going to let it fly. And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee. That's on the Raiders' big money man, the free agent tackle, Trent Brown. They'll come up now on a 2nd and long after the hold.
Let's put them on the buses. Let's put that team.
Running is Jacobs. And he is going to be stopped here for no gain, and that is going to be the final play of this football game. A big offensive explosion helped leading them to victory, and the defensive guys, they're just saying, hey, put those points up every week, we'll just keep winning.
They will gratefully accept them, won't they? It makes their job that much easier when they're scoring that many points, allows them to play with a totally different